Hello, this is Shirley. Welcome to my demonstration video. We've got several things going on here. Uh, First of all, what I'm going to do, and I have the curtains open on the stage before I'm ready for you to see everything that we've got lined up for the show. Okay, so first of all, here I have some data, and my data is, there's just a whole lot of stuff going on here. It's all great stuff, but I don't need all of it to do what I want to do today. And so I need to clean the data up. And so I am going to just zip over here to show how I've cleaned the data up. I've just eliminated the things that I didn't need. I removed all the grades except for my high school grades, my 10, 11, 12. And then I also put them in sequential order so that they weren't just mamby-pamby all over the place. And so now with my cleaned up data, it will be easier for me to do the things that I want to do with it. And so what I'm going to do is, first of all, show a scatter plot that I created from the data. I'm also going to show a scatter plot with a trend line in it. And then finally, I'm going to do a correlation analysis. The big show for the end is that I will be doing my total correlation live. So let's get after it. All right. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. As you can see what I've got going on here, I'm going to click on one of my data points so that you can see that I have highlighted the two columns for English 1 raw score, English 2 raw score. And of course, we have to have those columns side by side to run a scatter plot or a correlation. And so it's pretty exciting that from this scatter plot, I can gain some information. And that's great, but I want to have more information. So let's move on to the next section. All right, what I've got going on here, I've created two scatter plots. Once again, in the data that's side by side, I was able to show a visual representation of the correlation on the scatter plot, the correlation between, in my first scatter plot, Algebra 1 and Biology raw scores. And in my second scatter plot, I have English 1 and 2. Okay, so one thing that I really have loved, I never know where to move my face so that it will be out of the way and won't be an inconvenience to me. I love the trend line. I love that it can show me my positive direction. I love that I can kind of get a visual of where things are around the trend line. So here I can also, after inserting a trend line, I can okay, there we go. Sometimes my computer does things without being asked. All right, so anyway, I can display an equation on the chart, the equation on the chart, and I can also display the R squared value on the chart. So great, wonderful things that Excel can do for me. And I went ahead and did the same thing with my English scores. So that is fancy and fun. Moving on to, I keep wanting to say the next slide, but my next section really. Okay, so what I've done is kicked up my game. I have taken my scatter plot where I inserted a trend line and posted my equations. And then I did a correlation analysis from that information. And in order to do that, I was using biology and English 1. So as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and touch one of my data points. As you can see, I do have biology and English 1 here lit up. So what I want to do in order to do that is, first of all, things are in the way. That's not what we're wanting to have happen. That should go away. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit data. And then I'm going to hit my data analysis tool pack. I'm going to say that I want to run a correlation, and then I have to highlight the 2 columns of the data that I want to correlate. And I've got that going on here. And I have labels in the first row. My output range is going to be on this worksheet, and it's going to show up in L32. So I'm going to go ahead and close that up. And here is the correlation analysis. And as we can see, my English 1 correlated to biology raw score. I have a positive direction. I can tell what direction I'm going in because of my numbers, and the decimal tells me the strength of that correlation. So awesome. All right, now I'm going to quickly do this before my computer decides to get janky on me. All right, so what I want to do now for the grand finale is to create a total correlation for all the raw data that I have. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to highlight here, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight all of my raw scores. And then, as we said before, I'm going to hit data. I'm going to go to my data analysis tool pack. And because I've run so many correlation analysis, it knows she wants correlation. So it's already lit up for me. Yes, you are accurate. That is what I want. And the input range is F to J. And yes, columns, yes, labels in the first row. My output range is going to be right here. And I'm going to say okay. And there it is. Super exciting. Okay, so one thing that enables me to read this better is just to make my columns a little bit bigger. And so I'm going to go ahead and just stretch things out a little bit so that I can read the title of the data that's being correlated in this analysis. And maybe I've got it kind of far enough. I need to do it a little bit more. Go ahead and, no. Don't do anything crazy. Okay. Being kind of rude now. All right. I'm just going to go ahead. I want to say, let me go ahead and just work with what I've got before I ruin things any more than I already have. Okay. There we go. All right. So this is better. As we can see, my biology raw score correlated with my algebra 1 raw score. Here is the analysis, and I can see the correlation is in a positive direction, and it has pretty good strength there. But my greatest strength is English 1 being correlated to biology, and pardon me, that was English 2 being correlated to biology, and English 2 being correlated to my English 1. Those are my 2 strongest correlations. So many exciting things. I'm so excited that I'm able to understand what I'm talking about, and fingers crossed that we got a good recording. And so I'm going to go ahead and try to stop the recording now. Everybody wish me luck. Where are you at? There we go. And recording stopping.